I am 37 years old and I've been a furry for about 5 years now. Why would somebody open up a video, such a controversial video like that? Well, it's to tell you that being a furry is something that you mature into. You can't be born as a furry. So I'm trying to tell you guys that being a furry is not a mental illness. It's something that you mature into, you grow into. It's something that you should be proud of because I'm living my best life now as a furry. So think about in psychology. So everybody's probably took a psychology class before. Do you remember that pyramid of needs? Something like that. And at the top, it's self-actualization. And at the bottom, it's your basic needs, food, I believe food, shelter. Well, right now, I'm self-actualized and being a furry is the best thing that you can be. Let me give you an example of how furries or being a furry is not a mental illness and it's not something that you're born with. All right, so every NYC kid has gone on a school trip to the Bronx Zoo. And unsurprisingly, it's the cleanest place in the Bronx, but let me not get too much off topic. So like any kid, I was enjoying myself looking at all the animals, going to the sea lion show, and was having a good time, but I didn't have any feelings towards these animals. So it was like whatever. I just had fun, like kids would do at the zoo. And years down the line, I was just living my life. It wasn't anything. But around 2016, 2017, like when YouTube was going crazy, so much toxicity with the gender debate, LGBT, furries especially. So back then, I was making fun of furries. I can't lie. I was making fun of furries. I was in discords where we used to raid furry discords, make fun of them. We used to post a bunch of animal mating videos. And I was asking somebody for a whole folder of it so I can just spam it because it was so much work just go download the video, and it was just weird. It was weird to me. I didn't want to be looking for that stuff. So I was asking somebody else for that stuff. So we were waiting like 10 minutes before we were raiding. I said, let me look at these videos. Like, how do people get off to this stuff? So I was looking at the videos. Can't lie. I don't want to get too graphic, but I thought it was weird. We did the raid, but I ended up staying in the Discord because, you usually get kicked or some people just leave on their own, and I just ended up staying. So I messaged this furry who was saying that their DMs were open for whatever reason. They just said that their DMs were open. So I was talking to them about furries, about being a furry. So I was explaining to them what happened to me with the video. They were saying, oh, you're not weird at all. You're just a furry. I was in denial for about 2 months. I messaged them back after 2 months and I said, I think I am a furry. So we're talking and they introduced me to their friends, and we're all friends now. And we were talking. I was basically a furry without a furry suit. So we all live in the same state, but we didn't live in the same city. So it was a little way to drive. So one of my friends said, let's just meet up. I thought it was weird and random, but I wasn't doing anything, so why not? Meet your internet friends. If they're not weird, meet your internet friends. I went, and I wasn't expecting anything. Out of nowhere, they just came with the furry suit, and they said it's for me. I was so happy. It's one of the happiest days of my life. Bought me a furry suit. We ended up going clubbing with the other furries. We had a good time. They know some very adult like dancing. And I know people like to ask, do furries like to have sex with each other? I don't like to call it sex because look, when we refer to animals having sex, it's actually, we call it mating, right? We're no better than them. Sex is what white people took. They colonized the word from animals, mating, and called it sex because they think that we're superior to animals when we're really not. They think so they see mating as some primitive form of sex, which it is. All sex is primitive. And that's why I like to call it mating out of respect to the animals, because we're all animals too. We're just animals that live in houses and have a more complex society, but it doesn't mean that we're better than them. We're still animals. So I like to call it mating. See, I call it sex when I'm in my human form because we already colonized the word, and I don't want to colonize it in my regular human form, so I call it sex. But when I'm in my furry outfit, which I call my furry element, I call it mating. And yes, we do have mating rituals as furries. We just cut out a hole in the suit. Well, at least I do, and my partner. We cut out a hole in the suit and we do it. But we do not try to get women pregnant because it's like, to me, it's disrespectful to the animals because look, we're humans and we gentrified mating. Look, it's just me paying homage to the animals when I do mating rituals. I don't want to. I feel disrespectful. It feels like I'm disrespecting them when I'm just having mating rituals and then actually impregnating the woman I'm with, because they have babies for survival. For me, doing the mating ritual, I don't need babies for survival. It's hard-coded in their DNA to do this stuff. For us, I'm just paying homage to them, and it feels disrespectful if I'm just taking their mating ritual or their mating for granted. You know what I'm talking about? It's like emulation, like a DS emulator or a Game Boy emulator. It's not the real thing, and I feel disrespectful doing it. Some people say that it's weird, or liking animals is weird, but it's not really weird, because look, our ancestors mated with apes and monkeys to make us. So we're descendants of apes and monkeys, meaning that what's so bad about us, right? Animals do all the time. You might see a dog and a cat mating, but you just say, oh, it's just weird, haha, it's funny, whatever. But when a human does it, it's a crime, it's nasty. You have a whole term for it, bestiality. This is why we need to mind our words and think, be mindful of others, because some people may be into animals, and that's okay. But for you to be making fun of them, their lifestyle, our lifestyle, that's not okay. Just because we're furries doesn't mean that you can make fun of us and bully us. We're not weird. Most of us live in a primal form, and it's us paying homage to animals and living how humans are supposed to live. You get me? And people are gonna say, yeah, being a furry is weird, but look, you guys like girls when they're in those bunny outfits, the cat ears, the bunny ears. You like all that stuff. They put a tail in their rear end. You like that stuff, so stop acting like you're so against furries. You're a furry too. You're a furry at heart, but you're in denial. And I think something that contributed to me being a furry are cartoons. And Pokemon, for example. Lopunny, if that's how you pronounce it. The evolution of Bunnyfree. I think that's how you pronounce it. But she is. Lola Bunny from Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny, you have good taste, my man. Judy from Zootopia. Look, I heard a lot of good stuff about Zootopia. I was in the back of the movie theater. I was building a house. I was Westbrook. Westbrook had nothing on me that day. Jessica Rabbit. Oh my gosh, she is the sexiest. I love Jessica Rabbit. Out of any cartoon character that I wish was real, I wish Jessica Rabbit was real. I'd be with Jessica Rabbit for eternity. And you know that fish? I think it's Fishtails or Fishhook. That movie that Will Smith was in, the fish movie. I don't actually know if it was Will Smith. Well, it sounded like Will Smith with the Rasta jellyfish and those shark tails. I think it was Shark Tails or something like that. But that girl, in my head, I just call her Monique. I don't know her actual name. Probably is Monique. I don't know. But the love interest of Marlon, I think that's his name. When I saw that, who would have thought that you could like a fish? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a couple of examples. Like, open up your mind. I know you liked all that stuff, so stop acting like you didn't like it. So just cut that out. What's that girl from Goofy? The Goofy movie or cartoons or whatever? Was it Goofy's love interest? Her or Goofy's son's love interest? Well, all those girls in the Goofy movies, they look good. The dog girls, they look. I can't. They look good, if I must say so. Oh, like, you get me? The girl from Tom and Jerry, the cat girl. Look, you guys, you get what I'm saying. So stop acting like you don't like this stuff. You guys are furries at heart, but you're in denial. Okay? So sometimes when I'm in my furry element, I eat raw meat. I get sick sometimes, but it's because of years and years and years of us being gentrified, for lack of a better term. Yes, I get sick, but humans are lactose intolerant. And over time, we've been shedding that. What is that called? I don't know what it's called, but sickness or something? I don't know. But we shed that away. In that process, we've also shedded away our tolerance for raw meat. And now we have a high tolerance for cooked meat. In the past, it was the complete opposite. So I like to, pay homage to our ancestors, the animals who we kill every year, every day, I should say, every hour, and exploit. That's all I gotta say, because being a furry is not weird. Not being a furry is not weird either, but you're not really how do I say this without sounding rude? Furries, like, I want to say, yeah, furries are better. I do see furries as better, but I don't see myself as really superior to you. But I do see myself as better, if that makes any sense. So, hope that opens your eyes. If you hate furries, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Nobody loves you. If you like furries, I love you too. So, if you like this video, leave a like or dislike. If you didn't like the video, leave a like or dislike. And I'm out.